Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast. I'm Manny Garavito, your host, and today we're going to be exploring, is Miami getting rid of the middle class? Has it forgotten about the people that aren't that poor or too wealthy? I think this all started when everybody started moving to Miami. Everybody had their eyes on us because, during the pandemic, we were amazing. We were free and we were partying, and people were trying to snitch on us and saying, oh, these people are partying. And instead of that making us despicable, it made us more attractive to everyone basically around the world to come start a new life because of just how lit we are. But we're starting to feel the negative connotations of that because now everything's expensive. So now we're in a position where it's either you're living in a really bad neighborhood or in a very overpriced neighborhood. So let's explore what is the middle class? Well, the middle class, I'd say, is quickly becoming six figures. In Miami, you got to make six figures to be middle class now. That's insane. Imagine working hard, trying to get to the next level in your career or growing your business so that you have a comfortable salary. And they always say six figures, six figures. Now it's not even enough. Miami has said, oh yeah, six figures, go for seven. And now that you're at seven, you might as well go for eight. Why aren't you a billionaire? Did you know that Bezos lives in the city you're in? By affiliation, now we got to become billionaires to live comfortably in the city of Miami. I remember that the middle class used to be having a good salary, saving up, maybe owning a home so that you can start a family. I think Miami has realized that a lot of people are moving here, not necessarily to do that. No one really wants to start a family in Miami. How are you going to explain to your kids how you met mommy at Club 11? It just doesn't seem feasible anymore to fall in love in this city. So now the middle income or the middle class is redefined into something completely different. I think the middle class now in Miami is defined as someone that is just making enough to afford the rent in Brickell so that you can post a photo in your balcony. If you got that going once a year, if you post that photo, I think you're considered middle class in Miami, but it's just not enough. You can't always wait until Taco Tuesday for you to enjoy a special when you go out to eat. So I think we're in deep in Miami when it comes to making a living because the standards have gotten so high. I blame all the rappers. If you rap about Miami, you're hurting the middle class. If you're an influencer talking about all the hot spots and places to eat in Miami, you're hurting the middle class. If you're a baddie and you live in Miami, just by the standards alone of the things that you post are hurting the middle class. Now luxury apartments is the only norm. You can't live off a regular family home. That's next level status. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathroom homes are non-existent in the city of Miami, at least not at a reasonable price. There are some people that did invest early in the 80s. When all that cocaine money was coming to Miami, all the Latinos came here and they started off strong. And hopefully your generation has some sort of home, because I think that's the only way the middle class can stick around in the traditional sense. When you're staying at home with the same family that came here back when Scarface was in the movie theaters. Because those homes are worth 10 times the price now, and you've got no choice but to just pitch in, pay for rent, even though your landlord or your parents, and, help out with the Wi-Fi, stuff like that. That's middle class now. Anything else, it's either you're living off the skin of your teeth or you're doing illegal stuff. Miami is the only city where gentrification occurs to the middle class as well. We're being replaced by out-of-towners, by people that used to live in other cities. Now they come here, they buy up all the homes and the apartments and they just want to live in the shell that used to be traditional Miami. Coffees are now a luxurious thing instead of something that you can enjoy at a gas station. Now, when you go out for a cafecito, you got to go to one of those premium high-end places that probably end up calling it cortado instead of cortadito. And the reason why is because I think cortadito is trademarked somewhere. So if you sell that anywhere else, you got to call it a cortado because the ito part is Miami. You can't even enjoy the simple things like a Cuban sandwich anymore without it being hit with those brand new Miami inflated prices. One time I ordered una medianoche. It's simple. It's a pressed sandwich with mustard and ham and pork. Simple. Melted cheese. but then they served it to me with a garnish on it. And then the little papitas, which is these little potato pieces, are extra. That's when I knew it was over. When they're using Pastime Miami traditional snacks into high-end gourmet sandwiches. You know, I always find it funny when politicians or developers call it affordable housing. Who are we making it affordable to? A celebrity? Are we making it affordable to somebody making an investment? Miami is using the word affordable so freely because anything that is less than the price that we're currently seeing here in the city is considered affordable. You could easily say that you used to sell a home for $800,000, but now it's $999.99. It would be like, it's affordable housing. Come on out and have some affordable drinks during happy hour. All $22 cocktails are now $21. Looking for really good deals in Miami has really become, you know, something that just comes out of the blue or by chance or by pure luck. Sometimes going on Zillow and finding an affordable house is like finding a rare Pokemon card. An efficiency for $250,000? It's a 0-0 bedroom bathroom. I sleep next to my stove. What a steal. And if you look at other popular neighborhoods in the city of Miami, they're really not the same. I remember Wynwood used to be a place where you go see graffiti and drink a $3 beer. Now Wynwood is a place where you go there just to remember the good old days. Like you get nostalgic as you walk around the neighborhood and think of all the times you used to party late at night or even do some day drinking. Wynwood was probably one of the coolest places to go out and hang out during the day. Now it's more for the posh and the rich and artsy people that probably don't even know what a good piece of art is, but they just want to frame something from Wynwood to say that they were in Wynwood. Miami really does feel like a reality TV show for finances. If you really think about it, we're all just out here trying to figure out how we can stay in this city for as long as we can. It's almost like Survivor. Everyone goes into this city. Everyone has a certain amount of resources available to them. And let's see how long you can go out there and make a living. And go. And then at the end, the season finale, we're down to like 3 people. An OnlyFans girl, an influencer, and a Bitcoin scammer are head to head on who can make the most income and stay the longest by paying their rent on time. So what's the score here? What's next for Miami? Is this really going to be a city where all the housing is messed up and $22 cocktails are for sale even during happy hour and there's no locals to serve them to or to house them in? I think Miami is quickly becoming one of the most hospitality industries in the entire world, where the city itself is like a hotel stay. Everyone is just transient here. You come here, you live for a year, and then you leave when the prices are too high. Then the next person that can afford it comes in another year, then leaves when the price is too high. And then what happens when the pina colada hits the fan and everything starts crashing down? Are all the locals coming back? Will Miami be the way it used to be ever again? Or will it be the most expensive place to live in the entire world? I really can't think of any solution to the Miami housing crisis. Maybe if we could start buying property in the ocean. Maybe if we do more of that RV thing that they do in Hialeah, where you buy an RV, you park it in someone's backyard, and then you pay them rent. These are the only kinds of solutions I can think about when it comes to affordable housing. However, will you be able to keep up with the Joneses and all those posts letting you know how good life is in Miami? Is Miami still 305? It's quickly becoming 90210. Where in the surface it looks good. When you turn on the TV or scroll through your Instagram feed, it looks good. Everyone's living the life. But we know as locals that behind the scenes, things are very different and they're very difficult. And no one is talking about it because we're just trying to maintain the Miami lifestyle. But if you've been here long enough, you've been seeing the changes and something's got to give. The middle class is definitely not included. And it's just time to up the ante. If you really look at this in an enthusiastic way, what Miami is doing is it's pushing you to be a better version of you. Whatever level you're in, you got to do better. And once you reach that level, you can't stop there. You got to keep going. You got to keep running down that tropical park sidewalk that is never ending and always winding over to the next and the next and the next. And who knows, Miami might make you a millionaire, even if you end up in jail. That is it for this episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, find us on social media and leave a comment below. Do you think Miami's getting rid of the middle class? I'd like to hear from you. And I'll see you on the next episode.